Well, hopefully the wind's died down. Let's get this thing up and running, shall we? I should have let the ads play out. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Oh, that's a good way to start. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, welcome, salutation, ahoy. Yes, I learnt the Czech for hello is ahoy this week. And welcome, Brian. Happy New Year to you too, almost. And still in ya, what's up? Hope all is well. So yes, the New Year stream. Suffice to say, me being me, I don't really bother with it. Personally, I'd rather go to bed at a normal time, wake up at a normal time, feel fine, and have a normal day. Exactly, Brian. Probably be asleep in an hour. Yes, I really don't see the point in staying up silly late just to go, woo, happy New Year, then kiss someone and fall asleep and then feel like hell the next day. Kenny, Lord of the Twerk, how you doing? Ooh, hashtag 4K. I know that's not me, so I'm assuming that's you. Congratulations. Fireworks will wake me up. They won't wake me up because we tend not to have too many of them around here. People are more sensible than that. Plus, a lot of places aren't closed for New Year's Day around here, so most people will be going to work. Being a rural area, farms still need farming. Come on, lighter. And Scotty Aquati's here as well. Scotty. How you diddling, my friend? What's Kenny? Yes, congratulations, sir. On 4K. I'm slowly trundling towards 2K. I've been at about 1800 for about 2 years now, so I think that might be about the limit. Perhaps if I put out some interesting or watched content, it might help. Maybe if I learn how to do things like, script and edit and B-roll and be entertaining. Doing water changes, good. Always good to hear. Although I know the people here are always well up to date with their water changes. Eakins, how you doing, my bud? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, but you got more of a personality than I have, Kenny. People will subscribe and tune in specifically just to see you twerking. Eakins is working and listening. Cool, dear. Yeah, I'll be doing my water changes tomorrow, so much like I did Christmas Day when I got sent messages and texts saying, "Oh, Merry Christmas," I replied with "Merry Water Change Day." Yeah, I ain't no one. I ain't got a butt anyway, but no one wants to see, not even Mary wants to see it, to be honest. I don't. Keep it covered at all times. Bad enough when my shorts split at work the other week. Black shorts, very, very, very white skin. It was kind of obvious. Didn't do Christmas. Mary and I did it on Christmas Eve because it was the Sunday and that's when we see each other generally. Monday, yeah, I did water changes and finished off some of the nibbles from Sunday that we didn't eat. And Tuesday, I finished off more of the nibbles. And Wednesday, more. Well, Wednesday, I went back to work. Got absolutely bored poopless because, you know, working in a hardware store in the run up to Christmas, not that busy. The last few days when people realise they need batteries and extension leads, and yeah, we sold a lot of batteries and extension leads and timers for sockets for people to plug lights into and that kind of thing. But post Christmas, yeah. Although it is surprising how many people's heating and showers have broken down over the Christmas period. It's almost like they timed it. Or they've got into the shower drunk or after eating too much and managed to break it. Probably the latter. Um, Happy New Year, Ricky. Hope you're having a good one. As I said earlier, I shall be asleep come midnight. Party again, just dropped in to say, yeah. Party on, dude. Party on. It's just gone 6 p.m. here, Kenny. And you're outside, so the 11 there, 11 a.m. It'll be when the Aussies, or if the Aussies come in, because it will be the 1st of January in Australia land at 10. AS clock changing and stuffs. Damn, you stream early. Ain't nobody wants to see me streaming at 8 a.m. 20 minutes and then Ricky will be kissing some random lady. And waking up tomorrow morning wishing he hadn't. Oh dear. So I'll forgive spelling mistakes, Ricky, because you know, you're probably about 20 beers in by now, or the equivalent. 2 bottles of whiskey, half a bottle of the Jägermeister. Because I once used to go out for New Year's as well. That's how I know. And at the time I was single, so yeah, just find some random woman and kiss her. Tommy! Oh, he's assembling a trampoline at the moment, so he's lurking. You realise back in the 70s they called them jumpolines, and then your mum got on one? I've been waiting to use that joke for years. Thank you. Enjoy your party, Ricky. Yes, the jumpoline, trampoline joke. Yes. Although we had little mini ones at school that were called trampettes. Well, maybe that was named after some of the sixth form girls. The ones that always used to be around the back of the bike sheds after a cigarette. Oh, why isn't the value of favours a cigarette these days? I don't know. Anyway, before I get too far down that rabbit hole, yeah, so I don't really bother with parties at all. I generally find them rather boring. Usually because I'm surrounded by people who don't have any of the same interests as me and don't really want to talk about them. So I generally just end up sat in the corner going, how can I get out of here, go home and get to bed at a decent hour and still have a decent day tomorrow? When's the last bus home? Yellow. How you doing? At the doctor's right now. Nothing bad. Just need to get medication before the New Year break. Good to hear. So I try and avoid doctors at all costs. Not because it costs, because my general experience of going to the doctor is I go in with an injury and I come out with an injury and an illness. Go in with a sprained wrist, come out with a sprained wrist and cold or flu or stomach bug or something. Yeah. Doctors' surgeries and preschools or kindergartens. If you want to do biological warfare, just take some swabs from those places. I mean, Mary's immune system must be like Hulk. I don't think it's like well, maybe not a week, but like a month goes by. It was like, oh yeah, there's been an outbreak of measles or chicken pox or whooping cough or God knows what other things kids get. Hand, foot, and mouth, scarlet fever, I think were the last ones. And she never gets any of them. Picks up the occasional cold, but don't we all? Yeah, if I worked in that environment, I'd be constantly ill. I wouldn't be shocked if it's bad enough. Although saying that, I tend not to catch things from customers. It's normally colleagues who bring them in. Evening, Linkbot. How you doing? You got plenty of gas? I mean, I've been running that disposable lighter for probably about a year now, so it's about time that the spark went in it. The spark's gone out of our relationship. Spark hasn't gone out of relationships with the shell dwellers, though. The amount of bloody fry I've got in there at the moment. Ridiculous. Literally everywhere I look, there's babies swimming around. Best I remember to feed them then, isn't it? So yeah, no other new babies. What's changed in the fish room this week? Yeah, Mr. Pisto has gone back in the tank he came out of, so that one there is now empty. Happy New Year, Marret. Mwah. Big hugs, me lovely. Yeah, so what I'm doing with that one is I'm trying to get that little tank down to the same pH and parameters as the tank the Nanakara are in. So at the very least, I can then transfer the shrimp across and then put the yo-yo loaches in that tank to clear the snail problem. Or alternatively, also, I can then just pick up the flower pot when they lay eggs on it and move it across, and then I know that they'll be safe and won't get eaten. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with that, which is why it looks a bit murky and manky at the moment and low, because I'm just trying to get the pH down from 8.2 to 5.5. Yeah, well, I think I'll settle for 6.5. The Nanakara seem to do fine at 6.5, so bring one up and bring the other one down a bit, and hopefully they'll meet-ish in the middle. I'm doing well, Marek. Now I'm done with work for the week. It's not been hassle or grief. It's just been boring as all hell. Oh, GoFundMe for Saints Dusty. Again, if you have spare cash, there is a linky. I know, especially this time of year, cash is tight for everyone and what have you, but more important than me getting a super chat. Don't forget your like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for all the latest sparkles. Your effortless. Dusty is Saints Dust. Is the channel. You might not have come across him. That came out wrong. Yeah, he's good people. I haven't had a huge amount conversational wise with Dusty, but since his vids and stuffs, and he seems a decent chap. I'm assuming as the link has the word wife in it, I'm guessing someone is in hospital. Given a couple of months to live, trying to get. There we go. In that case, if I don't see Dusty, can someone please pass on my best wishes, sympathies, and all that good stuff? That noise must be bugging you because it's bugging me. Yeah, it's supposed to be disposable lighters, but they're actually refillable. So, got 5 kids. Oof. Yeah, that's going to suck. Yeah. I shall keep him and his family in my thoughts. Not my thoughts, and not those kind of thoughts, but you know. How do I come back from that without sounding crass? What else have I been up to this week? Yeah, so fishy wise, got all the water changes done on Monday. Tuesday I had a fairly flumpy day. Didn't really do much. Mary's just got home. And then, yeah, work the rest of the week. Thick thoughts. There we go. Yes, exactly. That's what they should name that app. And forget about Twitter changing to X. TikTok should not rename itself Thick Thoughts because, let's be honest, that's what it is. Well, there's plenty on YouTube. M&C, how you doing? I'm all right, thank you. And yourself? Yeah. I'm just not a fan of this time of year generally. So everyone's just being happy and stuff because they're supposed to be. Oh, but you have to do it like this or you're not doing it right. No, do it how we want to do it. Do what we want to do. It's not affecting anyone else. If I want to buy green beans and feed them to my fish, you can. Yeah. Because I did. I bought some green beans and I fed them to the plecos, and Prince of Plecos and Duke of Detritus, or as another fish tuber calls it, Detrius. Prince of Pecos. I think that means something else. There's definitely a lot of detritus in my tanks. Some of them it's a lot of dead snail shells, others it's just poop. Oh, thank you for joining, M&C. Welcome to Zach Friend. Zach is now judging you. So I did finally figure out what flavour of cat he was. Sorry, breed. He was a Russian forest cat is the flavour, I think. At least mostly Russian forest cat. There's something else in there too, but That's just generally going by head shape and level of floof. And yes, he's been around lately as well. He's been coming for snoozies. Shadow was stomping around upstairs until I wished her a happy Hanukkah. Oh dear. When you get ornery ghosts, that's just not good. Evening, Hendler. Happy New Year to you too. Or Nappy, you here? No, you can't forget anyone. No, definitely not. I almost got in trouble at work because I forgot to say hello to our resident spirit at work. He decided to throw some dust masks at me. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, hello, Samuel. Yes, I know you're there. Happy Christmas. No, you're cool. I mean, thank you, but I don't expect anyone to give me money, as it were. And I always appreciate it when they do. And it would be lovely if enough people gave me enough money that I didn't have to work. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen. I don't know what the percentage is of people who actually make a living from YouTube of all the creators that are on here. Actually, that might be worth Googling. Should we find out what percentage of YouTubers can actually earn a living from YouTube? The number's going to be scarily low, I think. Oh, no, we don't want that. Oh, and I looked up, was the previous thing I looked up because I was thinking about it is in the UK, what percentage of the price of a packet of cigarettes is tax? 80% of a packet of cigarettes is tax, goes straight to the government. And they want to ban it. Now, what percentage of YouTubers earn enough to live? How many people are making a living off YouTube? No, that one's not going to tell me. So say 0.25% of all YouTube channels make money. So there, I make money. So yeah. Yes, shopping below. Yeah. Here we go. How much? Oh, yeah. What's that? $2,000 for 1,000,000 views. So let's convert that to poundy pounds. That's about 1,700. So I'd need about 9 to 10 million views a year to make a living off YouTube. Retirement has its perks. Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not that old yet. Happy Cara, they're still in there somewhere. They're just hiding and snoozing, I think. Oh. There's Bert. He's just fast asleep. Yeah, hey? Which means Ernie will probably be either behind the filter or down the back there somewhere. Uh, do I sit down to pee and stand up to poop? Yes. I like a good splash. That's where the happy cars are. Happy New Year, Adele. Mwah. And kiss because it's New Year's. Well, for you anyway. Ooh, we got a New Year's stream coming up from Hadel. And Jeff just woke up. Happy New Year, Jeff. Hope you're having a good one. No, it's not New Year yet. There. Hope you're having a good day anyway. And hope you have a good year next year. Hope everyone has a wonderful year next year. I can't really complain. Mine hasn't been bad. It could have been better, but could have been a lot worse. Ooh, doing a little Hammers and Gifty Cardy giveaway. Ooh. So everyone make sure you get on Adele's stream. If it's just after me, I've got stuff to do, I'm afraid. I will be eating. Feel a bit rubbish about a long day at work, New Year's Eve. Yes. Know that feeling. Been there, done that before. It's about 7 hours. I'll be sleeping, I'm afraid. So I do apologise. Well, I aim to be sleeping. Let's put it that way. If I'm awake in 7 hours' time, then yeah, something's gone badly wrong. And I will be in no state to be taking part in a stream. I'm not really in a state anyway, at any particular time of day or night to be streaming, you know. So, well, yeah, if I'm awake at midnight, it's because I have to pee. Exactly. Yeah, it's if I'm awake at midnight, it's either insomnia or because I've got to go to the loo. Now, if I'm awake between 2 and 3 in the morning, that usually means one of the ghosts is playing up. If it's like 3 to 4, I wake up, then it's probably going to be insomnia again. Then I'll be up for an hour or two, and then go back to bed for a couple of hours, and get up, have morning natter with Mary, and go back to bed again. And next week, go to work, suffer from pain insomnia. Oh, I know what that means. Oh, that's not good. In too much pain to be able to sleep. Yes, I know that feeling. Or you wake up because the pain medication's wearing off and the pain comes back. Yeah. Given my history of injuries, it's no surprise I'm familiar with that. Wake up with your knees and feet aching and struggle to sleep at times. Achy knees and feet. Do they say try and sleep with your legs raised for that one? Yeah, retail sucks. Yeah, takes it out your knees and your feet. Oh, I know that one. Yeah, it's not just the customers; it's the standing for donkey's hours. Just come back, my never leaves, just mellows out. Yeah, yeah. Thankfully, I'm not in chronic pain, just chronic misery usually. And no, I haven't cut my pinky nail yet. I was doing a thing kind of where I'm annoying the ladies at work who pay to have their nails done, and mine are longer. It doesn't matter what way I sleep, it's just, yes, being on you feet for hours on end, probably standing on concrete with no padding. I mean, I do have to wear steel toe caps or safety trainers because I don't do the boots because it's too hot. Evening, Mufti. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, they've got thicker soles, so I've got a bit of padding at least under me tootsies. And I do put the silicone gel inserts in them as well for a little extra comfort. That does help a bit. Surprisingly, my knees haven't been too bad lately. That's because there's less of me supported on my knees at the moment. Yes, I know, I'm weird. I lost weight over Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna need to buy new shorts, not just because the old ones are donkeys years old and they're falling apart. Also because I'm smaller than I was. If I rocked up to work in steel toe caps, my manager would lose it. Yeah, I'll wear my normal trainers to and from work, but change into the Steelies at work. We have to wear them. We don't have a choice in the matter. Mostly just because we're dealing with heavy stuff and tools. So, you really don't want to be wearing light plimsolls and then drop a sledgehammer on your foot. Let's put it that way. Evening, Susie Q. How are you? Are you going to can the can tonight? Or are you going to get down on Devilgate Drive? And I realise those jokes will only make it. Will only work if Susie Quattro is popular in America. Backside of my legs and bottom of my feet are dead, no feeling at all. Sometimes the nerves will have some life. Yes. Nerve pain, the worst pain of all. You are aware of Susie Quattro then. That's something I always wondered. Have you gone with Susie Q because of Susie Quattro? And she was always known as Susie Q. And you go live as well. Oh, everyone will be. I won't know where to go. So if you've got a link, Susie, you can stick it in the chat, or if you haven't, because you're not a mod, then I'm sure Sam will be happy to pop it in there. No link yet. If one turns up, Sam, feel free to stick it in the chat. As I said, apologies, I will probably be asleep. I plan to be asleep well before midnight, so I miss all the loud drunken people and the fireworks and the police, probably the air ambulance. That's a general New Year's. And yes, we have an air ambulance in the county. Well, we have a couple of them, obviously. And yes, they're still free. A helicopter comes, picks you up and takes you to the hospital, and it's free. Half the time the RSI, oh yes, RSI, repetitive strains. Yes, so I get those in my wrists and know it's not from being single for too long. There you go. God dear. It's almost like Sam's been paying attention to Mandy, who I think learned from Candy. Actually, I haven't seen Candy around for ages. I'm guessing she's busy. Hope Caleb's okay. Elbow and bicep. My elbows are fine. And Mandy learned from Laurie. Yeah, there's some awesome moderators and stuff around YouTube. Fish fam, certainly better than there are in the modelling community. Let's put it that way. Because some of them don't kind of understand a thing about links or anything like that, and others are just so on it for anything like, oh no, delete, block, ban, and it's like, you're like, what? Ooh, Kenny's got a video coming about, or either just uploaded or I'm getting a notifications late because YouTube about banded gudgeons. Ooh, they sound pretty. Well, I'm guessing they look nothing like a UK gudgeon. Learned from Candy, been around for almost 6 years now for the record. And hi, lurking. Hello, Mandy. How are you, my gorgeous, gorgeous redhead? Hope you are all well in the Zen household. You got the notification at the same time. Yeah, I think I got close to being blocked several times by Mandy, but I think I just about sailed close enough to the line to get away with it. There we go. Thank you, Sam. Just about managed to keep my humour under control enough to not be too creepy, pervy, or weird, or rude. People didn't think I was filtering myself. Oh dear. It's always good to see Marit. And Hera. I know there's not a huge amount of content on Marit's channel, but gents, oh, that voice. Oh. Unfortunately, she's really good about hiding reflections as well, so yeah. Can't have everything. But yes. And thank you very much, Sam. There's Marit's channel. You deserve some views, me darling. You do have a lovely voice. Trust me on that. As a dirty middle-aged man, I'm fully qualified to comment on that. Legs aching, knees switch off, long day, concrete walking, even in sneakers don't help. Now there is what I find is if I get like, I'm okay now. I'm doing, because I just do 6-hour shifts because I'm part timer. But if I've got to do an 8-hour shift on my lunch break, I will take a couple of paracetamol and a couple of ibuprofen, just because I know my feet are going to start hurting. And once they start, it's too late to then take something to stop it, because you're still going to be on them. So yeah, I take them early, and then usually keeps it to a minimum. So when I was first started, because I'd been off for like 9 months sitting on my butt, Yeah, paracetamol is Tylenol. Yes. Evening, window liquor. Happy New Year to you too. Uh, uh, yes, I did 9 till 4, but the lunch cover is new, and it was useless. Yeah, we all work with people like that. We all work with people who not even necessarily new. Some that might have been there longer than you, and they still haven't grasped the basics. Like the people who have done the exact same Think 25, which is our age policy for. So in the UK, obviously there are items that are restricted for sale on age grounds. So anything containing solvents, alcohol, glue, knives, sharp things, you got to be 18 to buy. But it can be tricky to, if you're just looking at 18. So it's a Think 25 policy generally throughout the UK. And obviously, being in retail, you have to do it, I think it's twice a year. Now, I've basically got to the point where I just skip through all the videos and the bump beforehand and just answer all the questions and get 100%. And yeah, go away, done it. Um, yeah, but there's a colleague who keeps failing it, which is unfortunate because he's really not much good at anything else and ends up. Yeah, yeah, okay. Howdy, window liquor. Um, or should I say, howdy, ladies? Yes, I apologise for the length of my tongue. It goes along with my fingernails. Um, yeah, it's just yeah. So pointless, annoying training that you, when you've worked in retail for a good few years, you've done it dozens of times. It's like, I know this. You don't have to keep training me in it again. And then we had another training thing we had to do because it's all online on the computer, just tapping buttons and stuff. And I worked in a camping store, still, yeah. Point at the manual when they go sit down, not even like 10 minutes later, yeah. Linda's there, that was funny. Ah, you're welcome, window liquor. And Linda. Um, yeah, but then this is the ironically bad one. We had the inclusivity training as well. To make sure that nobody was being excluded, we were being inclusive and understanding of everyone. I went through it, and not a single one of the either the situations that you had to resolve or any of the answers or any of it actually applied to me. So I felt excluded by the inclusivity training. So I made sure to put that in the comments afterwards. It was all very, very softly, and no, I don't do that. Someone's being a dick, I tell them they're being a dick. Usually a lot less subtly than that. He's going through microaggressions. I'm like, what's a microaggression? Is that just a gentle slap? And an aggression is a punch? I don't know. I don't deal with all that airy fairy stuff. You're as subtle as a sharp stick. I'm as subtle as a sledgehammer. To the point where we got, and this wasn't like our Christmas present from the company, but we got bought in as a bit of a joke Christmas present. Um, It was a bag of pens that all had amusing and rude things written on them. I thought, well, I'm going to go for one that isn't amazingly offensive, like F off you see. So I went for the some people need a high five in the face with an effing chair. I figured that summed me up perfectly. Of course, the problem is with these pens, we can't let customers see us using them because they're offensive. So why the hell would the company buy us pens that are offensive and then tell us we can't use the offensive pens? Well, the other one, I'll say there was just the ones full of swear words, and then there was Kim chose the one I like it up the bum. I can't remember who got the I have a hairy fanny one, but that means something different in England than it does in America. I'm not sure about Australia, but in England it refers to a lady's front bottom. Yeah, I always did enjoy the Cannibal Corpse song "Hammer Smashed Face." It's just something about it. No subtlety or delicacy about the message that the song is trying to convey. Was it off the album Tomb of the Mutilated? I think so. Yes, there are actually people who listen to Cannibal Corpse sometimes. They weren't just a gag in a Jim Carrey movie. Was it Ace Ventura where he's going through the metal club and there's the band playing and he's sort of like trying to do the that was Cannibal Corpse on stage. I think it would have been better if it had been Slayer. Well, Slayer wouldn't have done it. Cradle of Filth would have done. That would have been funny. Playing a bit of Nymphetamine Girl or something like that. Yeah. So, oh, pardon me. Oh, yeah, and all the excess food I've been eating has given me bad wind. Not that it doesn't happen usually, but Mary kind of went a bit overboard with the amount of food she bought and cooked. So I think I ended up eating like. Is that a clip of me giving it the tongue? Always been full of hot air. Oh, definitely. I'm always full of hot air. So out of the 24 stuffing balls in 2 days, I think I ate 21 of them. And out of the 48 pigs in blankets, I think I probably ate about 40 of them. So yeah, I had a slight wind, which doesn't usually bother me because I've got no sense of smell. Bad wind sounds like a good name for a rock band with heavy wind instruments. Yes, double bassoon, and then rename the oboe the OBO. Where was I? Yeah, so the smell doesn't bother me obviously because I can't smell it. When I can taste them, that's really not good. Saxophone guy metalcore. Kenny G does metal. Yeah, that's the one. Jerry Rafferty covers Slayer. Or Slayer covers Jerry Rafferty. That'd be quite amusing. If Sharpe's involved in anything called Bad Wind, I do not want to be around it. Yeah, it's probably for the best. It is both ends as well, so yeah, it was death. I did manage to get Simon a couple of times at work, so that was okay. Why do people not understand that they're never going to win a burping or farting contest with me? Because I can burp way louder than 99% of other people. And I've got no sense of smell, so, you know. Richard Cheese covers everyone in a lounge music style. Oh, yeah. Anthrax do Simon and Anthrax covering Bridge Over Troubled Water. That I'd like to hear. Lounge Against the Machine. Oh God, I've probably got the album somewhere because I know I did buy it. Many moons ago, Paul Anka did swing covers of a lot of sort of popular rock songs. They weren't what you'd call heavy. That was quite amusing to listen to. Swing versions of Bon Jovi and The Cure. Where is it? I'm going to have to grab it. Obviously, I'm not going to play it because copyright. Is it up here? Oh God, I'm getting blind. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's going to be in another. Oh, there you go. Covered in about half an inch of dust. Right, let's see. What's the track listing? It's My Life, True, Eye of the Tiger, Everybody Hurts, Wonderwall, Black Hole Sun, It's a Sin, Jump, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Hello, Eyes Without a Face, Love Cats, The Way You Make Me Feel, Tears in Heaven. Yeah. That was interesting to listen to. But while I was there, I forgot I hadn't listened to this one in a long time. So we're going to have to give that a listen to later. 9 Inch Nails with David Bowie. That is epic. Actually, I want to leave it out so I do remember to listen to it. But yeah. Everything ends up as Muzak. Love those kind of covers. U2 and The Cure ever intended to be customer service on music. I mean, U2 basically is Muzak. Everything after what? Joshua Tree and Actung Baby. Everything after that is the. Yes, 9 Inch Nails and David Bowie. Yes. I actually performed together quite a few times. And yes, it's live as well. Should we go through a track listing and see if anyone's heard of any? I'm guessing most people will have heard of the David Bowie songs. Hello, Paddy. How are you, my dear? Terrible Lie, March of the Pigs, Becoming, Sanctified, Piggy, Burn, Closer, Wish, Gave Up. Down in It, Eraser, Subterraneans, which is the Bowie song, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, Hello Space Boy, Look Back in Anger, I'm Deranged, Heart's Filthy Lesson, The Voyeur of Utter Destruction. I have not been to Oxford Town. Yeah. Ooh, I forgot about that one. Under Pressure by Queen, done by 9 Inch Nails and David Bowie. I know David Bowie did sing on the original Under Pressure. But yeah, I'm going to have to listen to that later. There was a cover of Baby Got Back. There was another band, what they called. I don't know if they did extra albums. The Baseballs. I think they were a German rockabilly band, and they did covers of like popular songs at the time. There's like a German rockabilly version of like Umbrella by Rihanna, things like that. Under Pressure, Ice Ice Baby, what's the difference? One was written by Queen, and one made Queen more money. Yeah, it's one extra note played on the bass in Under Pressure. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, one is dum 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 dum. And the other one is dum 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 dum. Yeah, it's hear me sing something. Oh dear, pick a tune. Because if I start singing Nine Inch Nails songs, we're going to get in trouble. One was created by the best band of all time. The other was ripped off by a trailer park hack, who now runs a bike shop. Oh, what can we sing? Is there anything on here that's actually I know the words to that is singable? I mean, I know the words to all of the Nine Inch Nails songs. I know What We Knew. Ground control to Major Tom. Drop your pants, put your condom on. You don't want that in 0G. Oh dear. Yeah. I mean, on the list of people who are probably really, really picky and specific about, copyright, not to, well, I'm not speaking ill of the dead, but usually the estates of past celebrities or past musicians that are the most picky. Half the time, the musicians themselves really couldn't care less. Here am I sitting in a tin can, surrounded by stale farts. Bummer about Jason this morning. Hope he's not too sick enough not to go. Oh dear. But it's that time of year when people do get rather usually self-inflicted, and well, I mean, I suppose if you caught something from someone else, it's self-inflicted because you had a gathering. Daniel's travelling tonight on a plane. And Daniel is my brother. Now we're on Elton John songs. Never cancels, it must be pretty bad. Yeah. I've missed a couple, 2, 3, maybe something like that. But yeah, it's mostly because I've had a stinking cold and no one wants me sitting. I mean, it's bad enough listening to me as it is, but hacking my guts up and snotting everywhere, it's not going to be good. In that case, I won't sing it and destroy it, Marriott. So goodbye, yellow clawed toad. Hopefully I'll change the lyrics there enough to get away with that. If you like covers done as well or better than the original, Tommy Johansson, that's the channel to check. Because he does some really, really great versions. He's the guitar player from Sabaton, lead guitarist, I should say. But yeah. I mean, he hasn't necessarily got the voice for metal, but his version of "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John is absolutely epic. Who else does covers? Jeff Castellucci. If you like your bass singers, ladies, he's a bit of a dish as well. Now, if the algorithm picks up music, then it gets upset. And while the stream wouldn't get demonetized, I would probably lose some of the money, if not all. That tends to be what happens these days, is they don't go, oh, block it, take it down. They realise, actually, if you leave it up and we just take the revenue from it, then it's still free advertising for the band and us as the publishing company. Because it's not the bands that bring up the copyright strikes, it's the publishing companies. And I say a lot of the time, especially the metal bands, will say to their publishing companies, no, stop. This is how people find new music these days, by like watching YouTube and maybe reaction channels. That's why these videos get tens, hundreds, millions of thousands and thousands of views. And if only 1% of them go, oh, I like that, I'll get some of their music, give them a listen. They might buy a t-shirt, or it's actually good advertising. I mean, I do get it when it's someone who literally just sits saying, so the video is like the first 2 minutes is them going yo 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 yo, whatever their name is, and then putting all the links for all their various ways you can pay them, then saying what the song is, watching it and going, yeah, that was cool, yeah, I dig that, yeah, that was cool, see you next time. And you're like, what kind of reaction is that? No wonder you're getting hit with copyright, because you're not adding anything to it. Whereas the channels that break down the songs and actually react and give information about what might be happening and why it might be happening and blah blah blah, they tend not to get hit. Could that be because that is considered fair use, because it's educational? Quite probably. So the likes of the Charismatic Voice, Julia Nylon, Tank the Tech, they tend not to get any grief. Although even Rick Beato gets copyright strikes from bands like the Beatles. Literally, you play more than a couple of notes of a Beatles song and they'll hit you with a copyright slap. Yeah, exactly. It's their platform, do what they want. Yeah, I mean, that could work. I mean, technically, they usually end up actually paying the people to use the song because they don't make any money from the video. Video under my stream is Lockaby Voices. Oh dear. Yeah, that tells me what you've been watching, Marrett. Yeah, if you're not familiar, Lockerbie was a terrorist act in the UK where someone brought down a plane with an explosive. Was it? Did he bring down a plane? I can't remember. But yeah, lots of people died and laws were changed because of it. I should know all about it. I lived through it. I mean, I wasn't involved, but I was alive when it happened. But yeah, sitting on an angry chair, angry walls that steal the air, stomach hurts and I don't care. Exactly. And I'm trying to remember the rest of the lyrics now so I can sing them, but yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to do Lane Staley voice. I don't think you could even do a swing version of an Alice in Chains song. Mostly because I don't think most swing singers would be happy to sing those lyrics. They do tend to get rather dark, don't they? But yes, well done for noticing the shirt. Yeah, it didn't look right. Nah. Yeah, and it is Metallica's fault because they started it by taking Napster to court all them years ago. And it's like, well, it'll never catch on, this streaming thing. Yeah. Oh, and Aqua Garden Zen is stuck at work. You have my sympathies. I mean, unless you'd rather be at work than surrounded by drunks, then congratulations. I'd rather be at work than at a New Year's party. Mostly because I'll be getting paid at least time and a half. And if it was overnight, it'd be double time. Yeah, just trying to work out if there's actually any Alice in Chains songs I can sing live. And even something like The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here is probably offensive to somebody. Or Black Give Away to Blue. Am I the A-hole Reddit review? Yeah, I do watch some of them because they do make me laugh. Am I the a-hole? It's someone who's like, yes, you are. Yeah, I've got 3 lines into this wall of text and you're the a-hole. One of the ones where someone's being treated like they're the problem is like, no, you're not. No. Bridezilla ones are always good as well. I mean, if there's anything that wants to, yeah, if as a man you ever wanted to be put off of getting married, watch some Bridezilla videos. That will put you right off. Or even just going to a wedding. There's one I saw earlier where the bride had known this bridesmaid, like, they went to school together, they were been childhood friends, all this stuff. Gets invited to the wedding, going to be a bridesmaid, all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, by the way, can you get rid of that mole on your chin? I don't want it ruining my photos. And then actually sent her $10,000 to get the mole removed. Suffice to say, she still has the mole and has $10,000 now. Hello, first class fish. Did someone say a-hole? Here I am. Yes, we're all a-holes here. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. More weddings than funerals, yes. 3 funerals and a wedding rather than 1 wedding, 3 weddings and a funeral. On Restless Gypsy, all I need to catch the wind where my heart's in and riding in the breeze. Exactly. Yeah. You're going to catch me one of these and I'm actually going to sing it. Just please don't let it be something bad. Why has this suddenly turned into a... Why has this suddenly turned into a Sharpe takes requests for songs to murder? And I don't think I should probably do an... Oh no, I'm gonna have to AI first class fish, see what it comes up with. I've got a hideous idea in my mind of what will probably happen. Let's see. Probably going to be a fish in an envelope. They're not forced first. Why are you suddenly typing in German, Sharpe? Yes, so it's something I do. Well, it kind of covers both things. I mean, yeah, it's a fish, and it looks like it's got an a-hole for a mouth. Ah, howdy, Stevie P. How you doing, my friend? Long time no see. Hope all is well with you and your family. And we're going to have to do, yeah. So that's when you put first class, or when I put first class fish into my AI image generator. That's what came up. Uh, step in. Stephen P. 2003. Walkwood X. Let's see what happens when we put Stevie P's channel name into the AI image generator and see what random stuff comes up. Well, that was unexpected. First up, it didn't do an Asian lady. But Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics in, and that's what came up. This is just the yeah, Gen Z art, or Gens art as I call it, or Gen Z art if you're American, I guess. Um, sort of androgynous. Yeah. Pre-moobs. Yeah, I didn't look like that when I was that age either. So, yeah. Um, yeah, I had glasses, and I was probably skinnier. You know, then I got older and more comfortable, and I put on weight. And didn't have to go to church anymore. Can't respond to chats. I'm busy. Whatever you do, don't get fired from work. Uh, yeah, I generally just use it for putting in people's channel names because it's quite amusing what it sometimes comes up with. Usually, it tends to come up with young Asian girls in a bikini in a river for some reason. Um, I have no idea. Um, and other, well, it's for generally just creating nightmare fuel because fun. Although I can't get it to make a human centipede out of certain people I want it to make a human centipede out of. Um, it always goes really messy. Like the moment it's got more than like, well, I mean, even if it's just one person in the picture, it'll just add random limbs and things somewhere anyway. Who's doing the midnight stream this year? Jason's sick. That was all right with Patty and Maria. Rigo, Jason had the space shuttle take off at midnight. I don't know. And it all depends on where you are in the world. Fingers, yes, they're very bad at fingers. And if they actually get the fingers right, they normally add a few as well. I think the record I've seen is 11 fingers on each hand. I thought, damn, is this one from Norfolk? Select Pets doing a pop up and Garcia 2 plus the regular streams. Oh, yeah, it can't do instruments either. No. No. I was doing, no, but Floor Jansen singing on stage as things, I think is what I was actually trying to get. And it decided to have her playing a guitar, but somehow her fingers were going through the fretboard to get to the notes. Like, what? And it was back to front and upside down and God knows what. Next I'm going to get an urbex exploring. Nah, too many people around for urbex. Plus I don't exactly live anywhere urban. I live in a very small town. Well, it's a rapidly growing town, but it's mostly just houses. Yeah, I'll stick to old churches, graveyards, and other random haunted places in the countryside and pretty things than ramshackle old buildings that I'm probably going to get arrested for going into. That's always one that kind of struck me with a lot of those sort of urban exploration type videos. So they're all always going into places that they shouldn't be going. It's like, oh, yeah, there's these signs that we've had to like sneak through the back through a hole in the fence, and then they post it all online. And you're thinking now, it basically uses posting evidence of a crime. It's like, you're posting the own evidence against you. So if they decide to prosecute, yeah, I'll say it does happen. So I'll stick to going to places where I'm allowed to be, except for when I do the wild camping, because that's not legal here. That's technically trespassing. But on the route I will be taking, chances of anyone actually seeing me are pretty much zero, and I will be sneaky and stealthy and hidden. English guy, I can't remember his freaking name, is psychic, was Mark. Pass. Trespassing in the US is about a 50-50 chance of survival. In the UK, as long as you get off their land, 99 times out of 100 they won't even bother calling the police. And if you're not doing any harm, then yeah. So, for example, obviously, if you decide to like camp in a field or go walking across a field full of crops and destroying them, yeah, you'll get an angry and irate farmer waving a shotgun at you. But as I say, it'll be a small patch of woodland. I'll be deep in the woodland, just under a tarp. Won't have a fire because that's just really dumb if you don't want to get spotted, and also probably illegal. So yeah, all the gear I've bought for camping and clothing and whatever is all kind of dark and natural camo-y type colours. It's all like olives and greens and stuff like that, and browns, and so it kind of blend in a bit, just in case. Adam Mark, I watch quite a bit. Yeah. If you're not West, I'm sure everyone else is, but I'm doing a rather long. I've been doing a few quite long bike rides, but I'm going to be doing a 100-miler at some point next year. And yeah, I'm going to need to camp overnight. Do the cops even carry guns in the UK? No, they don't. There's no need. Why would a copper need a gun? Most of them don't even carry tasers. They'll have a baton, a stick, basically. Yeah, it's a completely different, not necessarily mindset, but attitude and way of being when it comes to the police and interacting with the public in the UK. It's a lot more about de-escalating a situation, understanding what's happening, being polite and respectful, that kind of thing, rather than raging on about your rights or blah blah blah. Dad's got a sign near his house that says, "You're no longer trespassing. You are a target." Yeah, that's the thing. Also, with the UK gun laws being so tight, you're not going to get shot. I mean, I've been hit by a shotgun in the past, but that was entirely accidental. Yeah, completely different. I mean, completely different gun culture, yes. And it's not that guns are illegal. You can get guns. I mean, there are restrictions on what you can own. I think if it's a pistol, it has to have a barrel length of 12 inches and the overall length has to be 24 inches. Anything else has to be single shot 22 rim fire if it's smaller. Single shot or semi-automatic at the most with a 3-round clip. And you also need a license for each gun, which you get interviewed for. You then have the police come to your house to check that you're storing your guns safely and securely, with the gun in one locked cabinet and the ammunition in another locked cabinet that only you have access to. What else comes after that? The vetting. They will call your doctor to make sure you're not suffering from mental illnesses, you don't have any criminal records, and the police can say no as well if they just feel like it. And if you break any of the rules, they will take away your license and your firearms, and they will be destroyed. Yeah, so the 50 cal would be illegal, the 44 mag would be illegal, the M14 would probably be illegal. And you have to prove why you want the gun, and self-defense is not an option. Harder to adopt a pet over here than get a firearm. Yeah, you get the gun and you just go and steal the pet. Having how many aquariums? Yeah, I wouldn't get a firearms license because of my mental health record, pure and simple. But yeah, as I say, self-defense isn't an option. It's for work, sporting reasons, or what was the other one? So if you're like a target shooter, professionally, go to the Olympics kind of target shooter, or a farmer, because basically all farmers have shotguns, or if you are hunting things like rabbits or deer, then you can get a rifle. Yeah, data shows that if you live in a home with a gun, you have a 75% more likely chance to get killed by a gun. Yeah, exactly. If there's not a gun, you don't get killed by a gun. It's quite easy bit of maths. I saw a video the other day. It was gun ownership per 100 people is 6.5 in the UK and 101 in the US. Yeah, don't trust the wife, so none here. We all might be disqualified. Yeah, well, we're all mentally unstable. And we keep fish for fun. We get glass boxes, we fill them full of water, we stick electrical gear inside them, and we have them inside our houses. and then we put animals in them. When you look at it that way, yeah, we are all nuts. Because what the two things people say never put together: electrical equipment and water, or things that can go bang and glass. Math. This is America, silly boy. Ah, yes. Yes. We don't do maths. We just shoot people instead. Not only is it America, it's Texas, the one-star state. Is watching the Gudgeons. Catching up on 2 times, 20 seconds behind still. Had to get more coffee. Amen, sister. Oh, not coffee, but it's a heavily caffeinated drink. Although there is a new energy drink I do want to try that only comes in small cans. That has, was it 4 times the caffeine of Red Bull? Yeah, stones in glass houses. Don't go yet, folks. Keep throwing them. Yeah, me too. I throw stones. Usually just to wind people up. In America, we spell math M-E-T-H. Yes. Comes with crystals. Crystalline mathematics. I think that might actually be a thing. Well, it'd be fractal, I suppose. And let's not get started on fractals because that gets really confusing. Sad but true indeed. We're back on Metallica songs again. As long as the bell doesn't toll, we'll be okay. Sound quite funny sped up. It's probably, to be fair, it's probably the best way to watch me is sped up. Because then it's over quicker. Hashtag water white. Tenerife. No, it's Tenerife. Cthulhu. At least math incorporates a ton of science. Yes, true. There is that. You have to actually have some kind of scientific know-how to make it, or you just blow yourself up and kill yourself otherwise. No, I'm not singing the Call of Cthulhu. And I know there was a story behind them spelling it that way. I think that might have been a copyright thing as well at the time, the reason they spelt it. Like, you need scientific know-how, but you don't need teeth. Surprise is not more popular in the UK, really. Make it shake and bake, go boom. Yes. They go boom in their trailer. Or as we would call it, a mobile home. Or a caravan, if it's one that's not actually mobile. Why call it a mobile home when you need to get a crane to move it? Surely the whole purpose of a mobile home is you can just move it when you want. So when they mess with the anhydrous ammonia and lithium, that's when it goes boop. I don't know. Yeah. Generally, anything involving ammonia and lithium is going to go badly. Generally, anything involving lithium is going to go badly. We've all seen the videos of what happens when a lithium polymer battery gets punctured, or wet, or just overcharged, or undercharged, or damaged. BigClive.com. That's the channel if you want to watch lithium batteries going kaboom in a semi-controlled and semi-safe manner. slowly burning themselves out around here. The labs are burning down all of a sudden. I wonder why. It's because White's moved in. You know, he's still there, so why are all you snails coming up the top? Are you just getting away from the plex? Is that it? Yeah, Big Clive is always funny. Big gay Scotsman living on the Isle of Man. Epic beardage as well. Yes. Definitely feel free to post links to bigclive.com because just funny and educational. But when he starts using the soda stream to make fizzy alcoholic drinks, and some of them go really badly wrong. Happy New Year, Pam. How are you, my dear? Hope you're doing well, my lovely lady. And yes, I'm aware I'm going to get hate. I can already feel the waves of hatred coming this way. Yeah, so don't try and make fizzy Baileys, which is coffee liqueur, because it just turns to, well, it basically goes solid. And the other one is when he like distills down other things like whiskies and what have you, and then you basically end up with a clear liquid and a thick coloured liquid. The clear liquid tastes like vodka, and the thick coloured liquid just tastes like the whiskey, which proves that they are the same alcohol. Have a good MSC. Happy New Year, even though just like me, you're likely not to see it. Well, that sounded wrong. You're likely not to see it in at midnight, unless you're getting up for a pee. Dee Dee, darling, how are you, my dear? Just as we start talking about alcohol, Dee Dee turns up. Big hug, Dee Dee, and a mwah for the new year, because, you know, apparently you're allowed to kiss people on New Year's. I'll be back when I can't stay any longer. Farewell. Yeah. So I hope if you do see the new year in, it's because you had to get up and go to the loo. And Frankie B, how the devil are you, sir? Been a long time. That's because it's been a long time since I built a model or did anything at all in the modeling community. I did upload that video I found stuck away somewhere on my computer this year, I think. A review of a kit you can no longer buy. So yeah, not exactly useful, but hey, save me having to come up for an idea for a video. You know, it's been a long year, that it has. But you know, other than the cost of living crisis and the ever increasing cost of everything else, it's not been a bad year really overall. I'm getting DD smooches. Oh, I feel so loved. Mwah. Sending more smoochies back, DD. Can read I'm still waiting in the doctor's office. You sure you're not in the NHS? Working on more of my tanks on the bench. Cool. I really don't remember the last time I built a tank. Other, well, yeah, we're not talking fish tanks here. We're talking model tanks. Geez, what was the last one I built? Was it the thing? I think it was the Meng Terminator 2 BMPT thing. I think the last model I built was the Tamiya Spitfire. That's quite a long while ago now. Well, there's a couple up there that are part built but part painted. One of which is the Edward Draken. Got there at 9:45. Is now 11:30. Oof. Just for a refill. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, definitely don't take that long here for that. You sort of get your repeat prescription from the doctor, and you phone them up and tell them that you phone up the pharmacy and go, I'm going to need a refill, and they go, okay. You go through the details to make sure it's the right medication, you're the right person, and then I'll tell you when it's ready, and you go down and pick it up. Only one doctor, one nurse, and one receptionist working. Yeah, quite probably. Nobody can see you when you wrap yourself up in a green screen. Oh, is that the problem? He's in a green screen. No. Actually, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. One I have heard does work is if it's a medication for a condition that is visible, start displaying symptoms. That will work. Don't think I did that a couple of days ago. I wouldn't be telling you if that worked. Fair enough. Yeah, so again, I hear people complaining about the NHS being slow and not getting things when you need them, blah, blah, blah. But I've never had a problem with it. Touch wood. And that's probably because the only times I actually go to the doctor or hospital is because I really need to be there. No, something's bent at the wrong angle, and you stand there and you go, yeah, I need to see someone about this. Oh, right, yeah, we'll get you in. Or you're bleeding copiously. Albuterol inhaler. Don't. Well, you can always start faking a struggling to breathe or something like that. That might work. I need my inhaler. Yeah, that might get them to move a bit quicker. That reminds me, I should probably get a new inhaler. Mine's probably about a decade out of date by now. Technically, I have asthma, so I can have inhalers for it, but I generally don't bother because it's not bad enough to need an inhaler. Greetings, Fathom, and thank you very much. Just a general community type mosh pit tank. I mean, it might look like there's quite a lot of fish in there, but there's not many species. Most of them are Limia perugiae. There's flipping hundreds of them again, so I'm going to need to sell a bunch. Let's grab the Camirara and have a closer look. There's a whole bunch of shoulder babies as well at the moment. Oh, laptop's sat on the camera. So, eek. So Shelly Dwellies. Yeah. Might be able to see some of the babies down the back. Getting guarded now by the parents. But yeah, there's blooming dozens of them down there. Some adults. Some more adults. More babies. And as usual, just, you know, Well, we've got the posh cribs, the yeah, the other ones. So suboculatus, that's it. That's what's in there. Growing out Pelvicochromis. Lots of ram's horn snails, lots of bristlenose plecos, and some random limia that happen to jump into the breeder box with the bristlenoses. Those three is just more bristlenoses. And then if Stephen's here, I'm sure he'll appreciate the overcrowding of the limia. There's literally hundreds of them in here. And the rather absurdly tall. Oh. And yeah, you wouldn't think there'd be all those tiny fry swimming around right next to an adult electric blue acara, but you know. Yeah, so it's just some random Italian val, I think. Or it's supposed to be Italian, but it ended up being giant. Yeah, more limia, more limia, more limia, more limia, more limia. Another batch of baby bristlenoses. And it looks like all the adult bristlenoses, or both the adult bristlenoses, and all of the cories are hiding. Oh, that's a gorgeous male, isn't it? Look at him. Yeah, pretty boy. Yeah, that's the thing, Stephen. They don't eat any of them. Literally. There's a pair of electric blue acara in here, and they don't eat any of the fry. So, but I don't know where Ernie's hiding. He's probably up the back somewhere. He's probably down behind there somewhere in that jungle. So he likes to hide. And then careful angling. And then yeah, there's more everywhere pretty much. Oh, there's Missy Crib. And Mr. Crib. And they're soon going to have baby cribs again, judging by how she's been behaving lately. Yeah. And before anyone says, "Oh, what fertilizer do you use for your plants?" Fish poop. Literally. Yeah. Fish poop, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, yeah. And we do have another escapee. Not so baby bristlenose. There is actually, that I've seen, a couple of rather small black neons in there. Oh, here comes one of the cories. Yeah, that's very uncory-like of you. Wait for I put the camera away and then come out. You're normally absolute hams. Yes, Mr. Palliatus. Yeah, so the black neons managed to do breedies in there somehow. So there's a couple of young black neons swimming around, and there's a few baby cories in there as well. Both the Palliatus and the Aenus ones. The albino Aenus, which I'm very careful how I say. My blue acara is an absolute butthole. Ate 2 young golden roseline sharks at $45 a piece. Saved third. Glad you did. Yeah, these guys are, I'll say the electric blues, they're just super chill. I mean, to the point where at one point I did put some red dual cichlids in there. Bear in mind the dual cichlids are like that big when I got them, and like the electric blue acara are chunky. And yes, when I came down the next morning, the electric blue acara up the corner of the tank up here, just giving me a look like, Dad, please help. All chewed up and beaten up. And at the time I had a Senegal bicher in there as well, Spaz. He was looking a bit beaten up as well. And then I saw why, as one of the dual cichlids decided to have another nip at Spaz, who had obviously got sick and tired of being nipped at, as he turned round and took the stomach clean out of the rather unfortunate dual cichlid. Yeah, literally just turned around and literally just bit his stomach clean out. But then he was full grown, so he was of a size where an XL, as they called them, or as I called it, full grown, swordtail was a snack. I'm admittedly one pair had bred literally like 5 minutes after I put them in the tank, but yeah, I took them back out, put them back in their quarantine tank, and yeah, they started attacking each other as well, so they had to split up across different quarantine tanks, which was a problem. Everything becomes a problem when you've got 1,000 bristlenose. And yeah, they went back to the shop. Well, 2 of them did. Obviously, the one that was missing its stomach didn't make it, and then the 2 that had bred managed to kill the other female. So yeah, that was a mistake I'm not going to make again. Oh yeah, they're beautiful fish. What were they? I can't remember the scientific name of them right now. Google, save me. No. Dual cichlid. And the top one is what? Hemichromis lipholili was the ones I had. Yeah. Tank mates, yeah, none. just don't put them with other fish. Had to get rid of them. They breed like rabbits. Yeah. Yep, they do. They're kind of like a more aggressive version of the convicts, or the Australian cichlids, as I call them. Ducks and takes cover. Yeah, although if I could get the things to survive, Nanakara also breed like rabbits. Yeah, they do sell fast, but they come back fast as well. That's the problem, is because people will not listen and they'll stick a dual cichlid in a live, there'll be a newish fish keeper. So I have their tank with their guppies or their neons and their angelfish and their bristlenose pleco, and then I'll pop a red or a hemichromis, a dual cichlid in there. I'll come down the next morning, and all their other fish are dead, and they'll realise they made a slight mistake. And yeah, end up taking it back to the shop and going, "It killed all my other fish. I want my money back." No, we told you it'd kill all your other fish. You didn't listen to us. Yeah, and again, I say the problem with breeding fish, as a fish breeder, technically, I suppose. And yes, I'm aware the camera's on the heart now. Is that better? Yeah, a little bit. Is if it's something that people buy multiples of, then they will you know, chances are they'll end up with fry, like common crebensis. Beautiful fish, awesome fish. Everyone should own some at some point. But they breed really easily, and then everyone's trying to get rid of all these baby cribs. And if you're trying to breed them, it means you can't sell them because everyone's giving them to the store. Which is why I went for the Subosolatus flavour. But yeah, the trick is to breed fish that people only buy one of. Things like bristlenoses are good for that. Or things that people buy a lot of at once and they tend to kill fairly regularly, like shrimp. But even then, literally with 2 breeding pairs of bristlenoses, you can soon end up literally with thousands of them. What have I got at the moment? 150, 300, 400, 550, 650, 700. I'm running low at the moment on bristlenoses. Okay. I've halved what my stock was this time last year. I've got about 800, a rough guesstimate. And I'm down to 1 breeding pair at the moment because Ginger unfortunately passed away, but we're growing out one of her babies. So Fred will have a partner again. I think we might call the second one Wilma. I went with Fred and Ginger because, you know, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, but so Fred can stay Fred and we'll call the other one Wilma, I think. Yeah. Yes. And also, if you're thinking about breeding fish, make sure you got somewhere to sell them or move them onto when you do breed them. And also ask your LFS what fish they sell lots of that they would like a homebred flavour of. Because there's no point in breeding thousands and thousands of 2-foot long cichlids, because the amount of people who can buy one is very limited, and the shop will only buy 1 or 2 at a time, and they won't buy any more until those ones have sold, by which time you've got thousands of them. Because off the top of my head, I can't remember the flavour. It was Jaguar cichlids. That was it. Someone fairly local to me decided they were going to breed Jaguar cichlids. I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. If you want to do it, go for it. Make sure you can sell them, though. Yeah, it turns out, as he found out, the shops will only take 1 or 2 of them because people don't have tanks big enough for them. And they're not going to buy in fish that they know they can't sell, or that in 3 months, 6 months' time, those fish are going to be coming back because, yeah, they've got a foot long and they've eaten everything else in the tank again. So yeah, stick to small things that either sell lots and lots of, or things that people buy 1 of. And if it's going to be live bearers, don't do guppies, mollies, or platties because you won't make any money out of it, unless you're willing to put up with selling online with special names and dealing with the public. Because trust me, that sucks. If you've ever worked in retail, you don't want to be selling things to the public in your off time. As well, fish fan type people are going to be honest and not try and screw you over. Majority of people will. Hello, Brian. Did your Nana Cara not do well? Had thought about trying them out with love. Happy Cara. Not sure about one with my squad of rummy nose. Well, mine are absolutely fine, and there are dozens, if not hundreds, of limia fry. Actually, well, yeah, there's several literally swimming around Bert right now. He's just not bothered. But mine might just be super chill, happy Karas. The Nana Karas, they're doing great. They're doing the breedies regularly. And I found out why I'm not getting fry and baby fish. It's because ram's horn snails eat fish eggs, apparently. At least my ones do. So that's where all the eggs have been disappearing. So I did get fry once or twice. It didn't, obviously they didn't do the survivey thing. But yeah, I caught ram's horn snails eating the eggs the other week. So that's why Mr. Pisto has gone back into his old tank. Hello, Ro. How are you, my darling? Mwah. Long time no see. Hope you are well. But yeah, so Mr. Pisto, who was in there while the Bolivian rams were in his old tank. Rams of any flavour don't like my water. Let's just go with that one. Yeah, I'm good. Well, you know, good as can be expected. So the rams didn't do well. They're ex-rams. So Mr. Pisto went back in his tank. Which means that little one there is going to be adjustomified to the same conditions as the Nanakara tank. So then I can either move the shrimp out of there into there, because there's an accidental massive shrimp colony in that tank as well. Yes, I know. You can't put shrimp with cichlids, they will eat them all. Yeah, and I'll tell people that as well. Don't put shrimp with cichlids because they will eat them. For some reason, when I put shrimp with cichlids, the shrimp go nuts, and don't ask. I can't figure it out. But yeah, so the shrimp will go over into that once this comes, parameter-wise. And then, if needs be, I can then bring the flower pot that they lay their eggs on and pop it in there, and it'll be good. Oh, hi, bye, Debs. Have a wonderful New Year, me darling. If I didn't, hug and kissy. Yeah, that's the general plan. I'll do a video on it at some point soon. Makes a little more sense. Yeah, because I did the thing I always tell people not to do. I bought a couple of yo-yo loaches to clear up a snail problem. But obviously I can't just put the yo-yo loaches in the tank with the Nanakara that is full of shrimp, because they will eat the shrimp first. So yeah. So it's either manual removal or eventually the yo-yos in that tank to just clear out all the snails. I don't think it's the trumpets that are the problem. I think it is the ram's horns. But there's definitely a lot less snails in the tank that the yo-yo loaches are in now than there were a couple of weeks ago. So given the amount of shells I've been finding, they're doing their job. And one being absolutely teeny tiny is getting all the baby ones as well. So fingers crossed that won't be too much longer. And then we can move them into the tank with the Pelvicochromis. And then hopefully by then, when they've cleared that one out, I can then do them in the Nanakara tank, although that will take some drip acclimating, because the pH is about 2 points lower. And I'd only like like 7.8 to 5.86, that kind of thing. But anyway, that has flown by real fast. I've got a lot of people watching. Wowzers. You really got nothing better to do on New Year's Eve. Wow. I thought it was just me. Anyway, so as my time is up, and I'm sure someone else is either streaming or doing a pop-up or something. If not, you can go and watch Kenny's video on the banded gudgeon. I think that was it. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all had as good a year as you could, and for a great new year. May 2024 be absolutely awesome. Stay safe. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. New Year's sucks do 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 do. New Year's sucks do 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 do. New Year's sucks do 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 do. Arr.